Today, we are digging into a really strange nutritional puzzle. You know how so many of us try to eat healthy by following the diets of our ancestors, full of traditional, wholesome foods? But what if that seemingly smart approach is the very thing causing our modern health problems? We're going to unpack this paradox right now.
This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. We're eating the same chapatis, the same dal, the same vegetables that our grandparents thrived on. And yet we're facing this huge wave of modern issues like obesity and diabetes. It just doesn't add up, right? So, what is going on? Where's the disconnect?
And it's so frustrating. You feel like you're doing everything right, following these trusted traditions, but you're just not getting the results you expect. The key here isn't that the food itself is bad. Oh no, not at all. It's that the context, our entire lifestyle, has been completely turned on its head.
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to compare two very, very different lifestyles. The way things were back then versus how we live now.
I mean, the contrast is just stark. Our ancestors' lives were all about constant, hard physical labor. We're talking farming, building things, walking absolutely everywhere. But today, so many of us spend our days sitting at a desk, sitting in a car. This massive shift from an active to a sedentary life is the first huge clue in this mystery. So, to power that level of activity, they needed a tremendous amount of fuel. Just think about it, around 3,000 calories a day. And that's just for starters. I want you to burn that number into your brain. 3,000.
Now, let's flip over to our reality. A modern person who's not nearly as active, well, they might only need around 1,800 calories. And that gap, that massive difference in energy needs, is exactly where this whole paradox really starts to take shape.
And this brings us right to the core of the issue. See, the problem isn't just about the sheer number of calories. It's about this hidden nutritional imbalance. And this is where protein enters the story. So here's the thing, and this is absolutely crucial. Our ancestors were not meticulously tracking their protein. They didn't have to. By simply eating enough food, 3,000 calories worth, to fuel their tough day, they automatically, without even thinking about it, got all the protein they needed.
So let's actually picture what that looks like. To get to 3,000 calories, someone might have eaten, say, 10 chapatis, maybe 4 big cups of dal, and 3 cups of milk. Just by eating that volume of food to survive their active life, they hit their protein goal. Both needs, calories and protein, were met. No apps, no tracking, it just worked.
So what happens when we try to apply our modern calorie needs to that traditional diet? Well, we can't eat 3,000 calories, so we do the logical thing. We shrink the portions to fit our 1,800 calorie lifestyle. But this is where the nutritional trap is sprung. And boom, here's where the problem just becomes crystal clear. A modern 1,800 calorie version of that meal might be something like 4 chapatis and 2 cups of dal. Okay, great. We've hit our calorie target, which is good for weight management. But by cutting the volume, we've also slashed the protein by more than half, leaving us in a serious nutritional deficit. And, as if that wasn't already hard enough, our modern world has thrown a new villain into the mix, a saboteur our ancestors never, ever had to deal with. We're talking about empty calories. These are foods that just fill up our daily calorie budget without giving us any of the good stuff our bodies are actually crying out for, like protein. They give you a quick burst of energy, sure, but that's it, nothing else of value. And these things are everywhere. Tea with sugar, biscuits, chocolates, fast food, sodas. None of this was part of our ancestors' daily routine. But for us, they can easily push us way over our calorie limit while giving us zero useful protein. It just makes that protein gap even wider. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. We've pointed to the causes. But the good news is, the solution isn't about some crazy, complicated diet or depriving yourself. Nope, it's all about being smarter with our food choices. First things first, you need a target. A really great, simple rule of thumb, it's aimed for about 1 gram of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. So if you weigh 70 kilograms, you're aiming for about 70 grams of protein per day. It's really that simple. Now, to hit that goal, you have to be smart about protein density. Check this out. For every 100 grams, paneer packs an incredible 23 grams of protein. Dal gives you about 7 grams, and rice just 2. So choosing more paneer and less rice is a simple swap that can dramatically boost your protein without you even noticing. And look, you have so many fantastic protein-rich options to choose from. We've got paneer, hung curd, eggs, chickpeas. Nuts and seeds are little powerhouses of protein. And of course, for non-vegetarians, fish is an amazing choice, right alongside really versatile soya products.
So here's the most important point. This is not about throwing out your family's recipes. It's about respecting tradition while adapting it to our modern reality. Keep eating the dal, but maybe just add a side of paneer or throw in a handful of nuts.
Okay, let's wrap all this up with a super simple, clear action plan that you can literally start using today.
It really just boils down to 3 steps. 1, figure out your personal protein goal. 2, take an honest look at your diet and see where your protein is actually coming from. And 3, start actively swapping lower protein foods for higher protein ones, or just add a protein-rich food to every single meal.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you think about your next meal, your lunch, your dinner, what's just one simple, smart protein swap you can make? It doesn't have to be some huge, life-altering change, just one small step in the right direction.